Let's get this post-game report over with. I got to go grab some food. Steelers get smoked by the Eagles 35-13. Got the backup treatment on us, too. Gardner Minshew, all the backups in the offense for the Eagles were put in the game in the fourth quarter. It's terrible, man. Terrible, incredibly frustrating. Just all around, across the board. We'll start with the offense. I actually think Pickett did play pretty solid for most of the game, all the way up until that fumble. The fumble just killed us, took the wind out of our sails. The game was over at that point because we did have a little sliver of hope for a comeback. We were driving. We had some good things going on that series. The defense just made a stop, too. Backed the Eagles up into a third and long situation, made them punt. So, yeah, I mean, Pickett, for the most part, we were moving the ball. Our red zone offense sucks, but he missed a couple throws here and there, overthrew a receiver or two. But the refs were holding their flag. There were some calls I think they should have made on some of our receivers that they didn't. In fact, they actually did the opposite, called some ticky-tack shit against Pickens. Meanwhile, Eagles receivers were doing it left and right the whole game. James Bradbury's holding Deontay Johnson, and they finally made the call late in the game. But that's a whole nother story. I think our offense, it was weird, like a mixed bag. I liked how we were able to move the ball consistently. As I mentioned, the red zone offense sucked. That needs to change. The offensive line was bad, and this is another reason why I think Pickett's overall performance can be looked at in a positive light, because he was under pressure so much. I think the offensive line was definitely subpar in both the run blocking and the pass blocking. I don't know what to make about this running game with Jaylen Warren and Najee Harris. I think Jaylen Warren should be getting way more touches than what he has up to this point. When he's in, there's just a different element. There's a different speed element. There's a different burst element. Hits the hole quick. No joking around about it. And makes dudes miss. Not only will he lower the shoulder and gain extra yards that way, I mean, dudes are like draping and just falling off of him when he's running the ball. He makes dudes miss as well. So there's that. And then Najee Harris, I think for a good 2.5 quarters in this game, had 0 rushing yards. I don't know what to make of it, dude. Sometimes I think he is running into a brick wall, but then there's other times, like when he caught that little out route on the 3rd and short. It was like 3rd and 2, and all he had to do was literally run straight or run to the side, and we would have got an easy first down, and he's juking all over the place and losing half a yard. I don't know. And then you have another scenario where he gets a draw play and the offensive line actually blocks kind of good, and he gets like a good 15, 20 yards. I think it was 18 yards. Was that our longest run of the season, they said? I can't remember. I really don't know what to make of this run game. I just think Jaylen Warren should be getting the ball more. I don't know how much of Najee's running game woes are due to Najee, or is it the offensive line? I'll rewatch the game tomorrow. I'll let you know. Receivers, Pickens, 0 yards. Well, he got screwed on the one. Well, 2 of them. The one, the offensive pass interference call, that was bullshit. I already mentioned that. But then the one catch, he caught it. I mean, this isn't the old 2017 rules where they took away the catch from Jesse James whenever we won that Patriots game. And that was a catch. He was down, had the ball, and then the cornerback knocked it out. Should have challenged it, but we ended up getting the first down. It was ball don't lie. I think didn't Pickett rush for almost the first down, and then we QB sneaked on the 4th and 1. Defense absolutely got carved up. It was the A.J. Brown show, but I don't know how much I really want to give credit to A.J. Brown because, all right, fine. The first one, let's go through the 3 touchdowns. The first one, cool, you made the catch, but that was literally due to Minkah Fitzpatrick taking a bad angle on the ball. He should have picked that. Jalen Hurts got lucky as shit with that throw, throwing it up with his eyes closed in the double coverage. It's basically what the God squads in their offenses do against my defense, and Madden just wants to reward them for shitty decisions. Jalen Hurts, that was a bad throw, but again, got rewarded with it because Minkah was, I think he thought the pick was going to be that easy where he was falling away from it and didn't aggressively try to go get it. I can't explain it. But then you have the ones to Witherspoon. Those were good throws. You absolutely have to give props to Jalen Hurts on those. But at the same time, we saw how Edmonds and James Pierre played A.J. Brown later in the game. How much of that is just Witherspoon not being good in coverage or just playing bad? First game back from injury. They were good throws, though, because the coverage by Witherspoon wasn't terrible. It wasn't terrible by any means, but there was a reason that Tomlin benched him. I could tell you that. Special teams, we got that cool fake. Skiba wasn't bad. He just had that shitty kickoff. Our run stopping really wasn't that good. We did get pressure on Hurts at times, and actually we did a really good job of containing him, too. He didn't really pick up any big gains on the ground. But, yeah, our pass coverage was pretty shitty overall. And Miles Sanders, definitely in the second half. You can see our defense. I don't know if it was getting tired because our offense was able to sustain drives or just, lose belief a little bit. Eagles have momentum, and they just kind of ran away with it. Miles Sanders was picking up some big chunks. There was a lot of holes in the running lane that the Eagles were opening up in that second half, too. It was just, man, we got outclassed. What else can you say? I think right now, one of the takeaways I was thinking about after the game, we're just not on that level with the Eagles or, the Bills, the top 5 teams. You know what I mean? We're not on that level. But I do still think we are better than what our record indicates. I think we're better than a 2-6 team. Us barely losing to the Jets, us barely losing to the Patriots. I'll give the Browns that win, but you kind of get my point. Or even the Dolphins. We'll say the Dolphins. Those are the 3 games I feel like the Steelers should have won. So if we do win those games, we are, if my math's right, 5-3? Really? We could either be 5-3 or 4-4. So I think we can still be competing for a playoff spot. And maybe, don't blast me for this take, maybe we could get on to a top tier team level later as the season goes. But I just don't think we're there right now. We'll be getting TJ Watt back. We'll have this bye to get healthy and everything, make some adjustments. Our schedule definitely does get easier in the second half. So, man, I'm still holding out hope for this team. What do they say at the end of Shawshank? Hope it's the best thing, one of the greatest things out there. Can we go on a run in the second half and get to 9-8 or 10-7? It's definitely not unheard of. So, yeah, man, I think that's it. I think I'm going to go grab some Arby's. This is just some of my initial takeaways from this game. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. The bye, I feel like, is coming at a good time. We definitely need to regroup. But, yeah, stay chilling. Peace. Stay tuned for Big Deke News tomorrow. We got Big Deke News, obviously, the podcast. We'll be back at 4 o'clock. But, yeah, stay chilling. Peace.